Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing today? Well, me, personally, I was doing well until I left the house, and then due to human interaction, if that's what you want to call them, I wouldn't call them human, I'd call them knuckle-dragging Neanderthals, but unfortunately I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, even though pretty much this video is going to be about being disrespectful towards people. So, we'll begin. I went out, obviously, like I said, I was perfectly fine until I went out. Got out, obviously interacted with the human race, the beautiful organic race that I am a member of, to be called an ISIS member. Don't get me wrong, it's a label, it's a symbol, and I leave symbols to the simple-minded. But that doesn't, it bothered me, but it didn't bother me as much as what, it should, so to speak. So obviously I'm doing this now just to get it out there, clear the fucking record. I am a Rastafarian. I have been following the Rastafarian teachings, or parts of the Rastafarian teachings, for the last 10 to 15 years. Depends how you look at it. I haven't fully jumped on the Rastafarian bandwagon. It's been about 10 years since I fully call myself a Rasta. That doesn't mean that, I consume shitloads of cannabis. I do, but that doesn't mean you have to. It just means that I wish to practice a peaceful religion which doesn't, have any conflict with anybody else. If anybody knows the Rastafarian religion, it's based solely around, other traditions of other religions. And therefore, treat other people how you want to be treated. He without sin cast the first stone. Do you know what I'm saying? Them kind of basic human principles, I call them, or would call them, Christian values, because, it comes out in a Christian book, it's just translated several million times or whatever, but it pretty much says the same thing. I do not support ISIS. I do not agree with what they're doing. But on the other hand, I wouldn't call them a terrorist organisation. I know some people are out there saying, why would you not call them a terrorist organisation? Why don't you condemn what they're doing? Blowing people up, hurting innocent people. The reason I say that, and before you all jump up and down and, want to stab me in the face or whatever the human impulse is to do, please keep in mind that we are bombing Syria. We did bomb Afghanistan, Libya, Kosovo. Do you know what I'm saying? You name a country, and no doubt we've had some military intervention in it. Now, if you're saying that, it's because there was a dictator or this, that and the other, good, stick to your opinions, stick true to yourself. That's why the whole ISIS member thing doesn't really bother me. But I had to get it out there in the open that simple minds really need to learn things. They really do need to learn something. We formed ISIS. We formed the boogeyman because of our actions, then the actions of our government and our elected officials, and the pacts and trade agreements or whatever that they have with other international bodies around the world. We did this. We gave them the name ISIS. I don't think they called themselves ISIS. I don't think, I know some people are going to take offence. Please don't take offence from it. I don't think they all sit in caves and go, oh, what should we call ourselves this week? I think, I am a firm believer in, who he without sin cast the first stone. You have people in this country here, which, don't get me wrong, you're all entitled to your opinions. I have a problem with the Syrians being here, for whatever reason. If you are one of these people, please comment below what your reason is. If you have a reason, please don't use the excuses of they're stealing our jobs, or they're stealing our money, or they're stealing our homes, because they're not yours. They never belonged to you. They never, it was never meant for you. If you live within the parameters of this government, nothing belongs to you. It can be taken from you at any second. Nothing is sacred anymore. But at the end of the day, I believe that if we are going to bomb a country and to house the people of that nationality, that country, that we should hold ourselves to a higher esteem than what we have been. We have people running around saying that, Muslims are the problem, ISIS are the problem. We are the problem. With our simple minds and our simple ways of going about things, we have caused the problem that has happened. I'm not saying we as in the majority of the population, but the population that goes along and doesn't say anything, about the fact that we are bombing another country and the refugees or the displaced people from that country are coming here. It's called cause and effect. You bomb a country and they're going to have to go somewhere. So if you don't want Syrians in this country, or Muslims or whatever you're calling them, as you're deemed necessary in society to call them something, please contact your officials, your MPs, your SMPs, your local, person in front of you, and put your things across. Don't go around in the street calling people dirty ragheads and Muslims, and, dirty, Taliban or whatever. Please use what education you did get in this country. Yes, the media is causing this scaremongering, I do agree with you, but, the people that are complying with it as well. I sit here and watch the television, I watch BBC, CNN and stuff like that, but I don't go around calling people ISIS members. I don't go around calling every Muslim I see a dirty, rag-headed bomber or something. I don't do that, because I know that's not right. We shouldn't blame the actions of the few on a whole entire religion or a whole entire culture. Tell them to stop bombing the fuck out. I've been doing this ever since the civil war in Syria started. If anything, I've been doing this since the actions of 9/11, when we were told that, 19, jihadists or whatever they were called back then caused the 9/11 thing. I know that was a bunch of bullshit, but it was a precursor or an okay thumbs up for us to go in and bomb another country. I'm trying to think who the comedian is, but he turned around and said, if you've got brown people in your country, the Americans are going to bomb you. That's maybe a laugh and a joke to him, but it actually seems to be happening. Any country that has oil, or we are all one. That's what people need to realise. Yes, we are all of one. We all live under the same sun. And the day they realise that we are all the same, strip away our religions, strip away our coloured skin. No, we are all the same. We bleed the same. We have the same amount of organs. We all need the same things to sustain and live and be happy. But it's easy to segregate people. It's easy to be scared of something. We had the Dark Ages. We had witchcraft. Do you know what I'm saying? We've always been scared of something, and we've always had a human reaction to go with it. But I'm sick and tired of people that have no idea, and I mean absolutely no idea. All the information that they get is from their brainwash box, and yet they think they can make an informed opinion. Don't get me wrong, please comment. Sandra, Phil, Rob, if you're still watching, if any of you are still watching, whoever is still watching, let me know. Do you think I'm wrong in the fact that I want to promote peace and love instead of bombing and hate? Am I wrong? I know it's an individual path and nobody has the right to tell me whether I'm right or wrong, to be honest, but I'm asking your opinion. Do you think that, bombing another country and then them displaced people coming here is going to, make things better? If anything, we should get rid of these stupid fucking borders. The world does not have borders. Borders are made by man. No, you're not wrong at all. Thank you very much. I just think that this world could be a beautiful place. It could be a lovely place. It could be a bountiful place for us all to live and live happy and prosper. But unfortunately, whilst we have the people like Theresa May, Barack Obama, the Clintons, or fucking Toupee Man. Do you know what I'm saying? If we're going to have people like that in charge, we're not going to progress any further. We're going to go backwards. I know, no bollocks to all. See, but this is what I'm saying. I know it's just the two of you saying that now. Yeah, don't get me wrong, because it's only just you two that have said it. But you know, there are us out there. You know, I was in Glasgow last year when they were welcoming the refugees. You know, and the turnout to that was amazing. But as and with everything else, we lose momentum. You know, I know we're not going to stop bomb shopping in Syria unless we tie ourselves to the bombs, or tie ourselves to the gates where these bombs come from, or throw ourselves under the nuclear convoys. Hello Connor, how you doing, my friend? I know, unless we do direct action. You know, the 5th of November this year is going to be a hallmark for me. I intend to do a lot more filming, hopefully do a bit of interviewing, you know, with a few people there, get their opinions, find out why they're there, you know, what brings them to the conclusions that they've come to. Because at the end of the day, we have our own ways of thinking, but it's the same outcome. It's just how we get there. It's not the journey, it's the end result. And we need to stop this before, you know, we do have our own little civil war in our own country, where we're fighting brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers and that against each other because opinions do differ. So as usual, guys, I will catch up with you within the day. Like usual, check me out on YouTube at Gary Son of David. Make sure to give me a like, subscribe, or even a comment. You know, even a comment is better than a like or a subscribe. It lets me know that the content that I'm putting up and putting out to you guys is being appreciated. So as usual, peace and love.